Good evening, guys, gals, and other pals, and welcome to the DMV Tour, first inaugural 2026, baby, week 2, coming at you live. I'm your host, Myyt. You may know me, you may love me, but more likely you know and love this man over here, DBZFreak, joining me on the desk. How's it going, man?
Me? Okay, so full disclosure, I was not prepared for that intro at all. That was amazing. Wow. That just tells me I need to step it up to go into this game. Heck yeah. But all right, we are here. We are live. It is week 2 of the DMV Tour, and I'm excited for this matchup, as a matter of fact, because I'm familiar with these teams. Well, specifically with Jolly Rogers, but I am familiar with Jolly Rogers as they are playing up against Flake tonight. It's going to be lots and lots of fun. Jolly Rogers, who I remember from NACL Open qualifiers, I think last year or 2 years ago, something like that. If I remember
somewhere
correctly.
In there.
It was something like that. Obviously, they didn't end up making it to NACL, but here we are. Here they are, right here in the DMV Tour, and looking forward to seeing what they can do going into this matchup tonight.
Getting some more of that action, and I am also thoroughly invested in both of these teams because a little bit of a backstory here. This is the DMV Tour. We are in the DC metro area. I graduated from a DC metro school, University of Mary Washington, and we have 2 collegiate University of Mary Washington players on either sides of this rosters. So once friends, now enemies, star-crossed lovers, one might say. But Q-Ball, the mid laner for Flake is the mid laner for the University of Mary Washington. And on the flip side of things, Tiny, the top laner for the Jolly Rogers, is the top laner for University of Mary Washington. So we get to see some awesome action. I get to see my 2 lovely old teammates murder each other to the death on the Rift. Love it. Can't wait to get enough of it. It's going to be so exciting, so cool. A little bit of a grudge match here, some story that you might not have gotten. But even more important than old university feuds is the fight for playoffs. If you don't know anything about this tournament's format, the top 4 teams make it to playoffs. Your ticket to playoffs is 3 wins. If you can manage to get 3 match wins, you are probably going to playoffs, unless some weird tiebreaker stuff happens. So every single win is extremely important. And not only is every single win extremely important, you need to win those games as commandingly as possible, because those weird tiebreakers could mess you up on your way to playoffs.
That's really funny, because right into the standings right here, as you can see the standings on our screen, you see currently who has the top 4 spots. Obviously, it's week 2, so for right now, we can just not try to drive a playoff narrative yet. But you see the top 4 teams on your screen. Jolly Rogers there in 8th, and you have Flake in 6th. So both these teams obviously going to be vying for their first win. That's something that I noticed looking into both these teams. Flake probably itching for that first win because they went 3 games last week but lost. Jolly Rogers, unfortunately, went 0-2, so they're going to be also itching for that win as well. So both these teams are going to be giving it their all going into tonight. But speaking of the teams, why don't we bring up the rosters instead so people can see who we're talking about real quick. So let's go ahead and bring up the roster for Jolly Rogers. We have Tiny in the top lane. I'm going to butcher that name, so we're going to say Maharaga. In the top. Maharaga.
That's some Jujutsu Kaisen stuff right there, man. That's
oh shoot, I'm only I'm not even on season or done with season 1 yet, so oops.
Oh dude, you gotta start up on season 2. You'll hear about this dude. He's a bad man.
Okay, fair enough. So we got Cake in the mid lane, Ion D, the ADC, and Card in the support role. And who do we have over there on Flake Myyt?
Over here on Flake we got Hobo in the top lane, Lost Zero in the jungle, Q-Ball, my boy. Now, you may know him as Q-Ball, but I know him as Sean Q-Ball Price, UMW's Faker. And anyone who has gone to UMW or played on the UMW esports team knows that that's who we're talking about. Savage Beast in the AD carry position, and Yetsu for support.
Alrighty. Well, in that case, since we now have both teams on the board, so like I said earlier, Flake obviously they lost 2-1 last week, and their week 1 matchup, it's gonna be very interesting to see how they recover from that. And looking over their drafts that they went through in that game as well, it looks like that they kind of rely on their jungler a little bit to kind of get the game started for them, and then usually they rely on their bot lane and so on to go from there. More like a bruiser's bruiser style top side as well. So they kind of bide their time and be beef balls, if that makes a lot of sense. Now over on Jolly Rogers, I was looking through their matchups as well, and they seem to go through more scaling options from their comps from what I was seeing. They had picked Smolder in one of their games. They also picked Senna as well. So maybe a little bit of an adaptation going into this week. Maybe something a little bit different, especially since we have MSI going on right now, Just going to throw that out there real quick.
That's going to shake up the meta a little bit.
I was going to say that. So that's a possibility. We could see mages in the bot lane. I don't want it to happen.
So popular right now. If I see another Cassiopeia bot, I'm going to cry. Or Ziggs. I thought we put those days behind us. And yet, here they are.
we did not, unfortunately. So we're stuck with mages in bot lane as a possibility. We're gonna just put that in heavy quotes that it's a possibility. We're probably gonna end up seeing that tonight. Not entirely sure. Both teams maybe not even want to go for that and stick to what they know best, meeting in the meta, with those utility AD carries or those hyper carries that I saw Flake up picking last week. So there's really like a million options because the bot lane is a mess. So we're gonna pretend bot lane. We're not gonna talk about bot lane until we get into draft, which we're a little ways from that. But I'm gonna be mainly focused on this top side in particular, particularly for Flake Hub, because I saw their jungler, particularly last week. I told you I'm Carr, playing things like Lilia to kind of get the ball rolling. To no pun intended. There was no don't you dare.
The bowling balls, gotta get them rolling.
Oh yeah, gotta get them rolling, man. I can't believe it done it. And then you have a polar opposite game in game 2, the game that they won against Zaffa and Pals, the Lee Sin game. So I'm gonna be looking for that in particular. They went 13-8 on that game, so that is that is aggressive. Something I'm going to be willing to see.
That is, I take every cue, and I'm going in. Oh, that's so interesting. Like, so scaling. That's telling me, is Chotiny being relegated to some of these more defensive picks? Is he getting put on things like Ornn or Scion, things like that, to support his front line? So
yeah.
That's what we knew him for. I knew him for in college as one of two styles. He is either absolutely running your top lane on things like Camille or Renekton, and just like Jace. He's a deadly Jace player if that ever gets through the draft, and just absolutely steamrolling the top. Or he plays something like Scion or Ornn and just provides so much utility for the team when the team wants to go scaling. So there's really two modes when you have a flexible top laner like Chotiny up there, where you can you can switch into these more aggressive compositions with like a 1-4 kind of style dominance, or you can transition more to like mid-game team fighting, things like that. And on the flip side of things with Team Flake Hub, Cue Ball is, and I'm only speaking to the players that I've seen their gameplay. I know what I'm talking about. The teams that they're inserted into is of course going to change this narrative a little bit, but Cue Ball was always known for being a very solid anchor. So he was someone that you knew mid lane was not going to collapse. He's going to get all of his farm. He's going to go even or slightly ahead. And then in the mid to late game team fights, his team fight positioning and his map awareness is what's going to carry the game. He wasn't really known for being like, I'm going to take every single 1v1 in the mid lane, or I'm trying to do like some crazy aggressive early game plays. He's like, I want to scale safely, and then I want to go. Now, these players have grown a bit since I've last played with them, so it's interesting to see how they're going to maybe have evolved and shifted as they've gotten more and more reps under their belt. These guys are young college kids, so, still getting their feet under them. So I'm excited to see. This is almost like a little check-in. It's been like several months since I moved out, since I graduated, and so excited to see what these guys have in store for us.
Definitely, for sure. But in the meantime, you know what time it is, Mike? Do you know what time it is?
Is it draft time?
I think it's draft time. Am I hearing rumors that it's draft time? Draft o'clock.
A little bird in my ear.
Let's go ahead and toss it over into draft.
It
Look at that. Keep this in mind, because all these are Fearless, and Fearless is superior. I don't care what anybody says. I love Fearless. But we're starting off with Flake Hub on the blue side. That's on this side, actually. On the blue side, and your Jelly Riders below my big dumb head right here on the red side. And we're starting off hot with a couple of nice little bands. Starting off with the Zayat band, Seraphine, which makes a lot of sense. You're trying to break up the Seraphine combo, and Jarvan taken off the table as well. But are you anticipating anything funky going into this draft based off of what I was telling you in not in the pre-show, but telling you before we went live?
I want to see something funny from Jolly Rogers. I think they're the team that has a little bit more to prove right now, and I just want to see them go crazy at the gate. But that's me. I probably wouldn't do that if I was drafting for them. But if I'm watching them and wanting to have a good game, I want to see something wild. Throw these other teams that maybe have the game kind of locked down, or a standard sort of play style locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Just throw them a curveball. Do something crazy. Really make them prove that they aren't just one trick ponies. That's what I would say. Ooh,
Wow,
but Nautilus is going to be the first pick here for Flake Up.
Okay, so I was not anticipating that at all, because normally what we see in pro play is we either see jungle first pick or AD carry first pick, but in this case we're insta-locking that Nautilus. That's a really strong champion to lock in. Now, there is a friend of mine, and she says this famous phrase whenever there's a Nautilus picked in a game, and it says, a Nautilus that starts dying, it keeps dying. So, we're going to need to see if Flake Up's support can, land those hooks, get out scot-free, get a couple kills for their team, not give over a lot of gold, because famously, I'll take Mickey X as an example. Whenever he would go in on Nautilus, he would kind of just die all the time. But somehow it worked, so it didn't really matter. But looks like the response from Jolly Rogers is going to be the Sibber, which I am not sure about picking that this early. What are your thoughts, actually?
I think it's a good answer to the Nautilus in isolate, right? Because you can spell shield, hypothetically, the depth charge. If it comes after you, you can just press W and be like, hey, I don't want to deal with this. If it's W, or it's E. I think it's W. But that's kind of I think that's the ethos here right now. And you're also setting up a team fight ADC. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a cleric style support. Oh, Rakan.
Okay.
This is very interesting. So we're matching engage for engage. Both of these teams are already signaling to us that they want to run at each other, which makes for great telly, but comp-wise, it's very risky.
One thing that I also noted at the top of the day is Jolly Rogers loves scaling, and Sivir pretty much plays right into that hand, because as we know, she needs that 225 CS 3-item power spike that she can get to kind of start taking over the game. So I think it's going to be up to Jolly Rogers to maybe try to accelerate that a little bit earlier. I think Rakan's a good pick to do that, but Flake Up picking some really strong champions, the Hui and the Win Zhao, Xin Zhao being locked in there in the jungle, and now that leaves a chance for Jolly Rogers to probably also pick jungle. Jarvan is banned, but there's still things like Sejuani that's available. Vi is still an option. Wukong is also another option as well. I think Wukong is typically what we would see in the Xin Zhao anyways. So if they want to go ahead and pick that up to give themselves a strong jungle pick so it doesn't get banned in the next phase, and I think that's fine. Maybe start thinking about how we're going to approach phase 2, because I'm assuming we're going to save R5 for mid. That's typically what I've seen in a lot of leagues. We switched over to Yunara. Just kidding. I think it was
I think, was that an Orianna that ended up getting selected there? I think they messed up, maybe ran out of time, and Orianna ends up being the actual pick.
Find out,
but we'll have to wait and see. Prod should give us a thing. But over here on Flake, but while we've worked that little graphical glitch out, over here on Flake, Ori's not a pick. Okay. Not sure what happened. Okay, so we aren't quite sure exactly what happened here in the draft. Sion is going to be the ban, though. Is that a Yunara? There's no way that's a Yunara.
Yeah,
that would be the wildest thing. I think something
special. Yunara is correct.
That is correct. It is a severe Rakan Yunara. So Yunara mid or severe mid? I don't know. Either way, double ADC composition in the year of our Lord 2026 is a bold strategy indeed. Especially into a Xin Zhao Nautilus, which is we're running at you and we're gonna get onto you one way or another. So that is
Sion ban too.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Okay.
Have you seen something? Can you parse this for me, please? Help me. Help me understand.
I kind of understand it a little bit. There's a lot of running you're going to be wanting to do in Sivir and Yunara. Both of them together can run obnoxiously, with the call. I think Call of the Hunt is what it's called, and Yunara Ultimate with her upgraded E as well. The problem I'm already seeing is we are lacking a lot of AP, so I'm really hoping we pick an entirely AP topside here. So things like Lilia that are open, Gwen topside, I would think, but that leaves open potential counter pick of the Cassandra or something if they decide they want to go for that.
Ooh.
Interesting. Oh wait, okay, hold on. So we're getting an update. So the team's trolled.
Oh, okay.
So
That is an
Jolly
Oriana.
Rogers-
Okay.
Okay, it is Oriana. Okay, got it. Okay, so it's Oriana mid. We got that taken care of. We're good now. So it's
Okay.
Oriana in the mid lane.
Whew, I
That's
was
gonna
sweating.
take over everything. Yes. So Vi makes sense. I take away everything I was thinking about AP topside. We don't need that anymore. Vi is fine since it was left open.
Yeah.
I was
Great.
gonna
Ball
say,
delivery
who's the other
service.
option?
Ooh.
Yeah, and Xerath is
Oh,
spicy.
Xerath. Whoa. So I think the top lane pick here for Flake has to really round things out. You need another source.
Is
of...
it Wei
Oh,
Bot?
that's it.
It's way bots.
I was saying you need another source of engage. Well, you could just man drop in on them. That's spicy.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh, and I actually really like this Wei pick as well because
Yeah.
Sivir can only spell shield one thing. So
Yep.
if you just throw everything in the kitchen sink at her, like she can't obviously spell shield everything. So this also
Right.
might require her to take cleanse this game as well. Interestingly enough,
Yep. I think so.
I like
Wow,
this
and-
actually from
And
Flake
this
Hub.
last pick, what is this last pick going to be? What is JR going to round out the composition with? They've got such strong engage right now. A great team fight with the Oriana and Severe. And that may say Aurora, but
I don't know.
actually,
I like it. I don't know.
but
if I like
actually
it in
is
the Pantheon,
Ornn.
though.
so that
Is
is
it
an Ornn
actually?
pick. That is actually an Ornn pick.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. It says that.
So we've
right there.
got
okay.
we've got a
So it's
front
Ornn.
line, we've got a control mage, we've got dive, and we've got this is like as standard as you can get. The Vi is a little bit spicy, gives you a little bit of backline access, but otherwise loving that composition from Jolly Rogers. Now Flake on the other side.
Yeah, so my problem is what's on the other side. There was a
Yeah.
lot of like, I don't have to get close to you with the way Xerath especially, and then you have Xin Zhao and Pantheon just to kind of clean up after the mages kind of use all their summoner spells. It's gonna be very interesting to see how Jolly Rogers plays out some of these fights. I think Flake Hub are kind of using this to kind of test their limits. I would say Xerath is not something we normally see in competitive play. I've been seeing it a lot in solo queue recently, I will add. But the champ itself is like an artillery cannon. He could just be anywhere in the map, and if the R is available, then it's like, okay, well, we're just gonna kind of send it over the top there onto remaining end of a fight. I'm curious to see like how Jolly Rogers will play this out. Flake Hub, they just have to play the long game, just keep cycling their spells really well, and if mind you, if Jolly Rogers can pick a really good fight and burst out a couple of these members or a couple of these squishies per chance, not likely because I think they have to fight more front to back in this instance, but if they can manage to kill a couple of these squishies, I think there is a chance that Jolly Rogers could make this a little spicy coming into this first game.
Yeah, I think we might have something interesting on our hands. And another thing that I want to note, looking at the draft, remember that Aurora is an Ornn. So Xin Zhao Pantheon, pretty early game coded, like early mid game coded with a pretty strong fall off in the late game where Ornn really starts to shine. So there is a bit of like a team fight timer there. Jolly Rogers, if they can just extend the game into like the 12th hour, 11th hour, that Ornn might become unkillable in some ways, because they don't really have sustained damage. It's a lot of poke and a lot of burst. So I don't really know how Flake, if that Pantheon and the Xin Zhao fall behind, how are they going to take the space required to let those poke mages do their thing? You never want to enter with poke. You want to hold ground with those artillery and poke mages. So if you're forced to reclaim ground against this kind of a composition, it could be very scary very quickly.
Indeed. Now, the other thing I'm also looking at, you're almost kind of entirely relying on Nautilus engage for Flake Hub. Mostly, obviously, Xin Zhao can do his thing, press R, and then kind of zone out a couple of members. But you're really hoping that that hook lands onto someone that's squishy, whether that's the Oriana. I'll argue the Rakan to a point. Definitely onto the Sivir. Obviously, you don't want to land it on Ornn because that's just gonna be bad. There's not enough like consistent AD damage to cut through him in the later stages of the game, because this Xerath is gonna be stacking MR in around, at least around the mid game. Early game, obviously armor into the Pantheon because that's gonna be a nightmare. But in the mid to late stages of the game, that's going to be a lot of magic resist that this one's going to have. It'll get to a point where this Xerath and this Wei will just be like kind of tickling him after a little point. And because this guy can build in lane, and those Ornn items with that extra bit of scaling that could be kicking in about, I'll say about 25-ish minutes, there is very real possibility for Jolly Rogers to stall this game out long enough to let their carries come online, and they themselves could probably end up taking this first game. Now it's going to be really reliant on Flake Hub to utilize their poke, like you were saying. Try to take space early so they don't have to reclaim it. That's going to be the name of the game, I think, for Flake Hub. So both of these teams have a lot to prove going into this first game. Like I mentioned, Flake Hub 2-1 loss last week, Jolly Rogers 0-2. Both teams vying for their very first win going into this second week. It's going to be something. I'm excited to see where this could go. We've got a spicy draft. I didn't think we'd get such a spicy draft in game one, to be honest, but hey, we take it. Oh, we're keeping up with the Mage's bot, by the way, so we got what we didn't want.
Oh, yeah, true. We got a Hui, ended up in the bot lane. A little bit of a pump fake. Hey, at least it wasn't Cassio or Ziggs. Hui's a little spicier, right? She's a little... Yeah. He's a little more on the interesting side when it comes to meta mage bot picks. But yeah, unfortunately. But Jolly Rogers, they're trying to prove ADCs can still live in the year of our Lord, 2026.
What if this is Xerath bot? We don't know yet, but what if this is Xerath bot real quick?
Pantheon support, AP not top.
Well, okay. I don't think we're going that
Cook
psycho.
Cook with me. Cook with me.
I think
Hop
we're
into the kitchen with me.
In all seriousness, Flake Hub is going to have a lot to show in this draft. It's going to be, I think, very hard to execute. I think Jolly Rogers arguably has the much easier draft to execute in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, very straightforward draft. And honestly, at this level of play, which we're looking at like Emerald, Diamond, and then some of the teams are like Diamond pushing Master. Yeah. We're going to be coming in really close. Execution is key. Ease of execution is something that is not to be overlooked. And right now, Jolly Rogers has the easier to execute game. But here we are in game one. Flake Hub versus Jolly Rogers, both looking for their first DMV Tour win. We're on the Rift, baby. Let's see who takes it.
Oh boy. So we had a little bit of cheesiness, or at least I thought we were going to have a little bit of cheesiness going. Then we saw a car walking towards that Raptor area, but with Maharaga there being able to stop that, they're going to be able to start on their side of the map. Now they're probably going to assume, Vi is topside, so just kind of be careful about that. She probably will be down there in a little bit. This Wei is a mobile, all things considered. Yes, he has the little water walking nonsense that he could do, but is that really a form of mobility? No. So this is really a nice little point of contention that I think that this Vi can, utilize, knowing that it is a mobile. Rakan could be there for that little bit of engage that they need as well. And things could go pretty well if they want to start accelerating this gold on to Ziggy, as a matter of fact. Because I did say during this draft is Sigrid needs to scale. She needs 225 CS. That is the meme, yes, but she needs 225 CS in order to be a champion. So if they want to start accelerating some of that gold down there, I think that's fine. Cue Ball is going to have a rough time here because Orianna has the range over him, but once he starts getting items and some of that damage going, the range won't really matter much anymore. But this is going to be a very interesting early game for Flake Hub.
Yeah, the early game's pretty rough here in the mid lane, but once you get a Fiendish Codex or two, it really evens out pretty quickly there. You can start clearing waves pretty safely, have a lot of CDR. And in the top lane, Chotiny's getting chunked out as well, but he's giving it about as good as he's taking it. So overall, it's a pretty even-looking setup. Both junglers opting to full clear here, it looks like. Nothing too crazy going on. But yeah, we'll see what all goes down here. Both teams playing very conservatively early on, which is...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, was that That wasn't a flash, was it? No, it was just...
No. Okay.
Something going, some passive procking. Oh, here we go, there's the hook. There's the... Oh, Ziggy forced a flash away. Maybe a little bit preemptive, but catches the hook there. And then the Hui double E is going to lock in the CC chain and force the flash out there. Oh my gosh, another hook! Card taking a lot of damage there. There's the double E. There's the passive proc. So much damage. Heal's going to bring him back up a little bit, but not too much. Still in the danger zone here. Bot lane looking a little bit rough here for Jolly Rogers. Another hook! Card is... The Ignite goes down. Flash to follow. Roots under the tower, but taking so much damage. Taking one too many tower shots. Z8 running for his life right now. But the play is going to end. In the wings, though, is I Told You I'm Car. Xin Zhao. Yes. Whoa! Yetsu taking so much damage. Shotiny trading it back. Early game or
Hex
is
Flash.
Oh, Hex Flash! There's the root and there's the gank. No flash available on Ziggy. Is Ziggy gonna go down here very, very low? That's gonna be all she wrote. The kill does go over to the Nautilus, but that's first blood, Flake Hub.
Okay, so that whole time I'm like, if I am Savage Beast right now, I'm screaming, "Hey Zindao, come down here! My Sivir has no flash, so we should definitely capitalize on that play." But before I could even say it, this guy on Nautilus just kept throwing hooks. I didn't even get a chance to make that point. They just kept throwing it off cooldown. It was impressive how much they were able to get off of that. Those small little victories, getting those summoners off of the bot laners. The heal is obviously used for card, but the point being is like those are those little things that you want. You want those small little wins that you get. Is I thought we were about to do some top side, but orange out of mana, so we're not doing anything anymore. But yes, that is a much needed good start there for Flake Hub. Unfortunately, the kill did go to the Nautilus, but you know what? You'll take that at the end of the day anyways. It's a little bit of gold away as well. But keeping the Sivir down is the name of the game. You don't want her to scale into this game. You want her to be down as long as possible, so that way she can't farm up, get those items, be that I don't want to exactly say hyper carry, but be that carry that she needs to be in the later stages of the game. And Flake Hub are off to a great start. Really good timing there for I've Told You I'm Car as well. Got the bot scuttle, immediately came down, and boom, JB got him as Hex Flash is going again.
Oh, there's the hook to land on the Car, but Car's gonna flash away. Deadly with these hooks is Ziad on the Nautilus. I think he's 4 for 4, at least on screen so far. Watch out for this man's Nautilus.
Well, there was one that they missed, and honestly, I was glad it didn't hook because homie would have been under tower if he did hook that one. He's looking for it again, too.
There's another one. The spell shield is going to be good for Ziggy, but under so much pressure, there's the shockwave. Cue Ball taking half HP. Clockwork Windup stacking up, but is going to be able to walk that one out. Action happening across the map right now.
Oh, yeah.
There's another hook there into Ziggy. There's the fear. Not the fear, but the grab. No passive proc, so getting a little bit of not as bad as it could be there for Card, and dashing out to safety. Wow.
I'm sorry.
So much pressure in this bot lane.
That hook was disgusting. I'm sorry, but it looked so weird. I looked back at the broadcast on stream to see, make sure my eyes were working correctly, and that thing went wide left, but still hooked on the Card. It's just that hitbox is so interesting and so annoying to deal with. But I gotta give it though to this Nautilus, landing every single necessary hook that they need. They're trading the damage down really well. They're providing this pressure to the point to where I Told You I'm Car pretty much has free reign over this bottom side of the map. Remember, they're resetting right now, but they're able to kind of do whatever they want on the outside. And I think that's kind of the game plan that they wanted, is let's have bot lane kind of do their thing. Let I Told You I'm Car be around the map, be active around the map wherever they want to be, and from there they can really influence the map. So I think this is a really good call from Flake Hub to kind of provide this much pressure. Let their jungler move around the map. But Myyt, we're 6 minutes in the game. It's still only a 300 gold lead, all things considered, but this pressure is definitely unrelenting.
Yeah, Flash is about to be up though for Ziggy in about 30 seconds, so that does ease the pressure valve a little bit there. I almost would have liked to see Xin Zhao on, Car on Xin Zhao kind of camp bot a little more, maybe look for some cheeky lane ganks, right? Capitalize on the fact that Flash is down for so long. But otherwise, a single kill, not too bad. Can't complain too much about that. But looking at CS here, Cake is pulling out a pretty big lead here, 20 CS lead over Cue Ball here in the mid lane. So it's pretty sizable for the early on the game. Card going to get a little bit of a tap here, a little bit of a love tap here in the river bush, but not too much is going to come from it. Going to pick up that pink ward and otherwise walk on down.
Yeah, going back to that mid lane point that you were making, Xera's wave clear really sucks until he gets Lost Chapter. So he has it right now as we are just playing cheeky right now. We're trying to do a little something here. But Ziggy going to take some damage there. That hook going absolutely gnarly wide. But I don't think Card will be able to hold on.
Flash forward onto Ziggy. Ziggy going to get rooted up, but the jungler is here to answer this play. So much damage getting traded back onto Z8, but Z8 just pick up Ziggy. Z8 is going to go down. There's the Xerath ulti trying to pick up as many as he can. The Arcane Mirage. Car is going to go very low, going to dash out the last hit and run away with his life. That's another 1-for-1 trade going over. This game is insane.
This game is insane. Ziggy, no sums this time. Now both sums are down, another vulnerable target. But my God, Z86 is landing all of these really impressively. Now I did see Cue Ball opened up the arcane, I'm gonna say arcane artillery, but it was canceled by the shockwave, so no more damage was able to come over the top. I do believe if that ultimate was allowed to proceed, I think Flake gets maybe 1 or 2 more kills at the end of that play. Now, hilariously, that is another kill over to the Nautilus, which is not entirely ideal, but I mean, not really. Both those kills on the way would be kind of awesome. I mean, at the end of the day, that's Horn.
Chotani with the Call of Fortune on the top lane, gonna get flashed up by Yetsu flash trade! There's the ignite, there's the Q, and that's gonna be all she wrote, but Maharaga is here! No good deed goes unpunished as Yetsu takes auto after auto and will get asked questions first and punched later. No, other way around, something like that. We'll get by, but here it is. There's the depth charge on the Ziggy. Ziggy is going to spell shield it out, as we talked about in the pre-game selection. Card going to dash to safety, and action across the map as both top laners end up dying.
All right, so guess who's bot side once again? They should be aware that Vi is top side, so I think with the Grubs trade up there, they should get this first dragon. Okay, looks like that they will end up getting that. I think that's fine for both sides. The Grubs, you know, you're going to have a little bit of split pushing coming out of this Orianna. Typically, we see players like Caps do that, where they'll be in a side lane, farming themselves up, getting that gold that they need. On the other end of this first dragon, this is a good start. About a little later than I think I would have personally liked to have seen them take this first dragon, mostly because like bot lanes have prio like the whole game. So I think I told you I'm R. I think should have taken that a little bit earlier. Not that that's that big of a deal, but they still get it at the end of the day. Now that kill up there, that 1-for-1 on the top side that happened, the gold lead was almost about to be 1,000 before that point, but immediately Maharaga brought it right back, and it's now actually it's 100 gold, but just really good stuff right now from Jolly Rogers. Good at answering back, good at getting themselves on the board. This Vi has 2 kills now. She can really start to turn it up if when she starts getting that Sundered Sky available, which I think she's backing for it right now. She did get it. Cool. All right, so now that she has that first item, she's able to be a lot more proactive on the map, be a lot more in your face with that extra bit of healing from the Sundered Sky. So I'm looking to see what Maharaga is going to do going into the second dragon that's coming up in the next few minutes, or even to kind of coming down to this bot lane and like stopping this away from starting to run away a little bit. Not like a lot, but like a little bit with the gold that they have in their pocket.
Yeah, I think it's really important, and I think you nailed it on the head. Maharaga has to stop the bleeding in the bot lane. And the good news, if you are a Jolly Rogers fan, is that Z8 is very aggressive. So there will be plenty of gank opportunities here in this bot lane. A little bit of a trade here. Yetsu gets the worst end of it here. Not too much is going to come of it here in this top lane. You know, Ornn trying to make his presence a little bit known. But Maharaga here in the bot lane. Oh, but is going to get engaged on by I told you it's card. There's the Arcane Barrage. Ults are going to get placed. Cake is going to hear. Oh, there's the shockwave. So much damage coming through. Flash to get away to safety. There's the stun. There's the slow, but it's not enough. Going to get flashed over. Solo kill going over to Cake. Cue Ball stepping up too aggressively for the Arcane Barrage. Gets punished hard.
Yeah, second time in a row that the Arcane Barrage has been canceled. So I think from there, you kind of think to yourself, okay, whenever I open up, this Orianna's going to be looking for me. That's the whole game plan for Cake, is whenever that opens up, found you, press R, no more ultimate.
Right.
So Cue Ball is going to have to find some more, I think the word I'm looking for is like stealthy positions to get that ultimate off, just to be more undercover. As I told you he's going to smite this. Oh no, he did not smite it. But
I told you I'm card going in. Cooldowns are down for Maharaga, so this is a trade that's favorable here.
He messed up
for card.
Okay.
Oh, Flash is going to get her to safety after the failed punch over the wall, but Cake, and there's Call of Fortune God, but action is happening in the bot lane. Z8 diving just a little too far forward. Depth Charge is going to go through. Flash forward to get the root. Ziggy is going to go down once more. Tiny now in a terrible situation. Getting poked and poked. 2 spears and 1 Ornn. Unfortunately, the spears take it. 9 times out of 10, card flashes away. And that's the end of the plays across the map as bloodshed on the Rift.
Okay, so we need to start all the way back at the beginning of that whole thing. It started out with I told you I'm Car, looking for a cheeky spike steal, but Maharaga ends up taking it away. But the problem being is with the Pantheon ultimate being there, boom, Amelie was able to be there, and both of them are strong. So they almost effectively 2v3'd. Orianna's really the only strong one, but the Shockwave was not up as of yet. So they had the advantage in that fight. They took that advantage as well. Maharaga was able to get out. Unfortunately, the Ornn ended up dying, and on the bot side, you had Sivir dying again, sitting at 0-3. Ziggy has been bullied this whole game. Whenever their sums are not up, you see, okay, that's a lot of Ornn damage. Good
Don't
Lord.
sneeze on the Ornn damage. Whoa, he's pushing his advantage right here. Yetsu in a bit of trouble. Gonna get smacked, clapped, breathed on. Oh, he wants it. Not gonna give it to him. Yetsu goes back for the trade, knowing the cooldown is down, but he's taking so much damage in exchange. That's just taking away! Chotiny wants to kill this man! At very low HP, Yetsu under tower. There isn't any pressure coming from junglers, so it would just be a Chotiny solo kill under tower. The shield should be coming back up soon. The Aegis there for Yetsu. And Chotiny, oh, you can know, he wants it so bad. The brute, oh, there's the flash from Yetsu, flashing forward, getting so much damage. Oh, Chotiny, he's gonna get the shield off. There's the push forward. Oh, but he goes down a sliver of HP. He emotes on him. Chotiny, you're not a bruiser. You don't need to do that. You're a tank. You can just scale. But unfortunately, his better nature, he just can't overcome his nature as a bruiser top laner, and falls there to an over-aggressive play from Yetsu. So close. It's a heartbreaker.
My God. Now we have 26 seconds until this next dragon is available. Maharaga wants to make a play right now.
Oh, there's the season assist. Going on to Q-Ball. Q-Ball going very, very low in the back lane. Carr gonna charm him up. He's got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, but the team is here for the safety. Savage Beast gonna fear him away, but Imkar is going to go down there with the Xin Zhao dying to the shockwave. There's the root there on the card, looking for a sneaky hook, but it's not enough. Z8 getting the depth charge off. Root is going to come through, but that looks like it's going to be the end of the play. Savage Beast still looking for more, and so is Z8 positioned very aggressively far forward. Card, probably the target here. Chotiny coming to support this play, make sure that no dive occurs, and it is going to be the end of the play. I think it's a 1-for-1 at the end of the day. DBZ, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, good question. So let's start all the way back at that topside fight. That was unlucky. Yetsu just kind of playing on the knife's edge there, and Chotiny thought that they had the damage there to take them, but just a good rotation of spells. Yetsu was able to get the kill. But now let's go on to that bottom lane, or not bottom lane, that mid lane fight. That was all over the place. Unfortunately, I told you Imkar did end up going down. I do believe it was Orianna that got that kill, but man, okay, so they're just gonna focus first tower. I guess that's fair. But man, that was just nuts how it was just inches away from being a disaster, I think, for Jolly Rogers. And honestly, really solid play there from Jolly Rogers, as a matter of fact, capitalizing on that, knowing that they wanted to pick a fight right before that dragon came up, and they ended up getting the jungler, which opened up the dragon for them. So now we're split in dragons. It is going to be a Infernal Soul. You're gasping. I don't like this.
A dive is getting pinged out here onto Q-Ball in the bot lane. Now, Z8 does know that Vi's in this jungle, but I don't think Q-Ball is fully aware of the danger he is in on this bot tower. Chotiny going to trade out a little bit, but I think the real pressure here is on Q-Ball in the bot lane. There's the punch forward, but Q-Ball does have enough observation, enough situational awareness to be able to back off and not succumb to that dive. But Z8 now, in a very strange position, is going to get knocked up here. There's the buffer. The dredge line to get away. Nice, yeah, nice buffer. Z8's really competent on this Nautilus. I wouldn't be surprised if he's, put a lot of reps onto this. It looks like he's very, very comfortable on this champion, just from the game so far. But Herald is going to go over to Flake Hub, as I told you. I'm Carl on the Xin Zhao. Solos it.
Yeah, 70 games on Nautilus. I will throw out there. So
that'll
yeah,
do it.
they do play the champion. I think the win rate was also like really high too. I just had it just a second ago.
I wouldn't want to play against that. That's terrifying. What do you mean?
64%. This is a pretty high win rate on the champion, especially because like Nautilus is one of those fun champions where you can make or break fights. I would say, as Rico went through. I was like, Rico, okay, we're done. But Nautilus is really make or break.
Q-Ball's running face first into Maharaga. The punch is going to come through. Boom, boom, boom. Passive armor is shattered. Cease and desist to get the knockup. Q-Ball is forced to flash, stunned under tower. A lot of damage coming back onto Maharaga as the depth charge comes through the mid lane. We're fighting across every single lane of the map. There's the dredge line picking up Ziggy, and Ziggy is going to die for the 4th time this game. The poor AD carry in 2026, the year of our Lord, cannot get anything going. No motion for the poor support there, as Rift Herald is going to get dropped mid.
I mean,
and another root is going to come. Card is not over, but he's going to be able to dash to safety. Chotiny there, providing a timely escape route. Are we going to get the second charge here? No.
Okay.
No. Okay.
I didn't really get to talk much about this because these teams have just been. I know we have 11 deaths in this game, but these dudes have been fighting nonstop since like minute 2. I haven't really got a chance to talk about the gold lead. We haven't got a chance to talk about items right now.
They want more. No. But I think the team. I think Jolly Rogers is a little bit wise to this, but not wise enough. Maharaga gonna get dredgelined and exploded as the Arcane Barrage picks up card. CC to death. Your red buff is not safe when Flake Hub is on the map.
Just really intelligent move there from Flake Hub. They know they had control of that area, especially since they took the mid lane tier 1, so that allows them access into that part of the jungle. And then they immediately capitalize on the fact that Maharaga wanted the red buff. They have the timing as we gotta try to get this tower here. This is a little.
There's no wave here. Yetzo is just face tanking a couple shots so that Carr can get 3 more autos off? I don't know. They're min-maxing, I suppose. Gonna grab the Krugs here and run away.
I guess. Okay. Anyways, so they're up 3,500 gold right now. They're up 5 kills. They've gotten both towers at the moment. The next dragon is up in about a minute and a half's time now, so they will be able to kind of focus on that as well. It will be only the second Drake for whoever gets it, so we're kind of a ways away from Soul. But my goodness, Flake Hub, the second they kind of started putting the pedal to the gas, they have not stopped. I blame the Nautilus entirely for that, I'm not gonna lie, because this dude, every single time they have an angle, they are sending it into these fights, and I respect that greatly. And right now, Flake Hub are pretty much, I would say, are in control of this game. They're looking really good in the mid game. They've kept the Sivir down. She only has 1 item right now. Everyone else almost has 2. Looks like the closest is, well, Pantheon has 2, but it looks like the closest I would say is Hwei and maybe the Xerath. If I'm thinking correctly, I think that's that is going to be Shadow. No, that's not Shadow Flame, is it? That's coming up next.
Is that Horizon? Ornhorn. Focus, maybe? I don't know. Ornhorn. This Call of Forge got flashed out. Cake is here to support this play. Yetsu on the run. Chotiny trying to chase it down on the Ornn. Ziggy with the ulti is going to give the speed, and Yetsu is a dead man walking, and the kill is going to get handed over to Ziggy there. Some small reprieve in what has so far been a very rough 20 minutes for Ziggy.
Oh yeah, and they got a lot of plates off that mid tier 2 as well. Bot tier 1 has just fallen, so that's gold into the Xerath pocket as well. But I like that call. Give the kill to Ziggy. Homie needs gold. 1 and 4 now. And we did say, hey, Sivir needs 225 CS and 3 items to be relevant in this game. We're at 170, but we're not at that second item just as of yet, as Rakan's having a lot of damage here. Card gonna have to dash out of that one. But there's a trade on the other side of the map. Oh, we're gonna fight. I forgot Dragon's up right now, so
on the flank here. We're pushing for position. We're trying to get something. TP is going to come down. Jolly Rogers are all in position, ready to go. Yetsu's still down. Does have the ulti to re-engage onto this fight if he needs to get back. The dragon is going to get started up here by Jolly Rogers. Maharaga punching away. Ziggy with the damage card, going to knock someone up. Whoa. And there's the TP behind. Yetsu is behind enemy lines in a very dangerous position, splitting up the composition here for JR as the ingress begins. On the team of Flake Hub, we said that this was a dangerous proposition for them, but when you are up this much gold, any kind of play becomes a much easier for you. And when you have a support as aggressive as Z8 on this Nautilus, suddenly taking space does not seem so difficult at all.
So yeah, remember earlier when we said, yeah, this is going to be very interesting to see how they reclaim space? Well, there you go, I guess. They reclaimed the space because they initially were pathing that way, but then they gave up that space originally as Card is taking a lot of damage here. I think they're dead. Nope, they're dead now.
With the spiraling despair, is it going to be enough? Pop goes the Weasel. Savage Beast of War goes on a killing spree with the kill. Oh, there's the depth charge. Gonna get Zanya's out, but there's the stun perfectly timed.
What are we doing?
The dredge line. Oh, but we're diving like crazy. Chotiny punishes Z8's over-aggression. Maharaga now, Call of the Forge God. Cue Ball is going to throw out the stun, but Chotiny with the flash forward, picking up the brittle, and boom! Snap, crapple, crack, and something's going on.
Crackle, pop.
He got slapped.
I knew what you were going for.
He got clapped. I'm trying to say he got clapped by the Ornn with the brittle stack. 501 plus gold going over there to Chotiny as the over-aggression finally, I feel like for the first time that I felt decisively this game, is getting punished here for Flake Up. As Maharaga is going in on Yetsu, there is no reprieve here. Ziggy here to try and make something happen. Yetsu looking for the trade. Ziggy's gonna go very low. Oh, there's the shield, not quite enough. Carr is now in a precarious position, trying to get the poke on Ziggy. Ziggy just baiting his heart out as Carr forced to make a run for the hills, trying to re-engage here with the support of Z8 onto Carr, but 4 members are here. Ziggy just channeling the recall card is going to be the sacrificial lamb. Goes down to the QW of Savage Beast, and he is now 4-0-4. That Hui is looking scary as the play continues. Cho Tiny, the wind becomes lightning, getting dashed on. He's going very, very low here. Half HP, does not have the MR to survive this.
Now.
And the artillery for just a good measure. The Spiraling Despair, 2 ultis committed, but Cho Tiny, that's 2 members now down as the power play begins here for Flake Hub, pushing down the tier 2. Do they want more action? They are posturing aggressively, but it looks like they are going to be content to put their eyes on this Baron.
Yeah, meanwhile, on the bot side, we have the Orianna who just got that bot tier 1, finally taking that down. She's been kind of eyeing it for a while. My goodness, are Flake Hub going to give you a chance to breathe? Because they are just fighting every moment that they get. We're like, the fact that we only have 20 kills at 23 minutes is nuts. I kind of figured
it doesn't feel like that.
No, like this feels like 100% like a solo queue game where everyone's just fighting all the time. And it's just been back and forth, back and forth. Well, it was actually kind of one-sided and back and forth in some of these fights, but a little bit of over-aggression there from Flake Hub earlier, as we will now return to normalcy. So a couple of shutdowns going over to some crucial members, I will add. Ornn getting one, I think that's fine. Orianna especially getting one.
Yetsu, you're in trouble as the gang is rolling up, vaults away. Oh, and a puff of smoke, he disappears. As now Jolly Rogers are on the wrong side of the map. Baron is all but free here for Flake Hub. And knowing how aggressive this team has been playing, that's only going to take matters from bad to worse here for Jolly Rogers.
They're pinging it. They're going to try to do something here because this is slow. They don't have any carry.
Smite is popped early. Goes down to 500, is going to get picked up here. Is the re-engage going to come through? Cho Tiny with the Call of Forge God. Trying to pick up people on the exit here. I'm Carr walking the wrong way. Yetsu, there's the depth charge going forward. Carr as well looking for the play. Carr is getting very, very low. Is going to be the first to fall in this team fight. I'm Carr too far forward.
Oh my god, the shockwave.
No, there it is. The shockwave picking up so much damage. Cho Tiny with the follow-up CC. And all members are running from the hills. As Jolly Rogers saying, we will not go quietly to that good night. You may have gotten Baron, but we've got 4 kills. Cue Ball, the only survivor, holding on to that Baron, trying to keep the push alive here for Flake Hub, but the gold lead suddenly swings towards Jolly Rogers as they breathe life into this game 1.
What
an
insane shockwave at the end of that play. Rooted up 3 members, and that was a lot of shutdowns that went over as well. That's the thing too, is Flake Hub, they do the Baron so slow because they don't have an 80 carry. So as a result of that, as you can look at the gold on your screen, 80 carry is only 500 gold away. That's because Simmer's been promo farming the whole game. Mid lane is 2,000 gold in favor of Cake because they've been bullying Cue Ball the entire game. My goodness, that was an insane play there from Jolly Rogers. I figured they had time to get there, and they definitely got there. They made the play work. They made it count. Only 1 Baron is available as the next dragon is up in 7 seconds. This will be soul point if Flake Hub gets it. So they need to be picture perfect with this.
And there's the engage right away with the flash. There's a flash forward from Yetsu, getting the pick onto Maharaga Burn. Ignite is going to take him down as the team is scrambling to mount some kind of a defense. Card on the run. When it becomes lightning, there's the sun, and he's going to go down. Oh, flashes over the wall. The grand entrance gets away by the skin of his teeth card, but the dragon is left exposed. Is there still a defense here for JR? Can they prevent Soul Point from going over here to Flake Hub? I'm not too sure. Z8 looking for an engage onto Cho Tiny. Savage following up the play. They are going to push down mid.
Are we not going to get the dragon, guys?
It doesn't look like it. It looks like they're opting to push out and siege with the Baron. At least for now.
Guess?
Base phase? Interesting.
I would prefer that they get the dragon instead, put themselves on Soul Point, unless they're really confident in this push that they have right now. I guess that's fine, but Vi is up right now, and they're down numbers if they get a play put onto here. So Orianna is splitting on the bot side of the map.
Z8's here to try and make something happen here, pushing Chotiny further and further into the belly of the beast. Cue Ball putting so much damage down. I told you on cars, just enough to kill Chotiny, and they do have 2 Baron-empowered cannons. They might be able to crack the base here at the 27-minute mark with this Baron play. In fact, Cake sees the danger and is going to channel the recall across the map, being summoned back home to mount some kind of a defense. With Chotiny down, though, it is going to be a tall order, but a lot of the damage is missing from Beast of War. It looks like the Baron is going to take down the tower. They're going to crack the base and then set their sights onto Soul Point, like you suggested earlier, DBZ.
I don't really like the call though. Like Barons expired. Like they were stronger when they had. Oh, this is why.
Bush. Oh, it's a cheeky bush play. His card gets picked. There's the ulti coming out. He's gonna dash away with the grand entrance, but that's a lot of power for this upcoming fight. The contest is gone. When you do not have that Rakan ulti, it becomes very, very dangerous here. And I think they recognize that danger and are opting to push mid card, going very, very low. Picks up an Arcane Barrage, but it looks like that's going to be the end of it, I think. Dragon's going to go over, and both these teams are probably going to deign to reset here sometime soon. Although Card is taking a very aggressive angle. Could a fight break out here? Oh no, they're circling the wagons, but I don't know if this is where you want to circle them. Chotiny, Q-Ball is going to get caught up, but Yetsu is here to support the play. Z picking Maharaga, just bit off a little more than he can chew as Card gets caught up in the shenanigans. Goes very, very low here. There's the call of the Forge God trying to get people out here. Oh, but Card does go down. Okay, picks up their first death this game in what has been the chaotic match. Chotiny running for his life. There's the Pantheon Grand Entrance trying to cut off the escape from Ziggy. Ziggy puts the damage down, but it's not going to be enough. Savage Beast of War unleashes the hounds upon Ziggy, and Chotiny takes a death by 1,000 cuts here from Carr. Poke, poke, poke. Z8 CCing for good measure, but it's not required as the push comes through mid and top lane for the Flake 5 for nothing.
Call an ambulance, but not for me. I thought for a moment there Q-Ball was insta-dead, but no, the collapse was clean. It's a 5 for nothing, like you said. I still question that Dragon Soul call, but I guess, what do I know? Flake Hub, at the end of the day, break open the base. They get the Dragon. They're getting ready to break open more towers. I think they did not get top tier 2, actually. So, either way, more gold into their pockets. They're expanding this gold lead more and more. This poke is also getting very obnoxious. That is the 3-item Xerath I'm currently staring at on my screen. That is now a Shadow Flame completed after that whole ordeal. Storm Surge was completed before that, but Shadow Flame just adds more burst on to this team. We have 3 items on the way who just finished the Zonyas, and they're just looking really, really strong as another cheese play is imminent.
Push. Okay, Card learns from his mistakes, does walk away from this one. Not going to get caught out. There is no objective, so no real reason to face check this bush, but I just want to point out something build-wise. Chotiny has finished his Canic Rukern, so he is going to be a little bit more bulky against this magic damage. But the second item is 2. Whoa! Oh my gosh! That's enough damage to pick it up with the Xerath ulti. Oh, Q-Ball has scaled to some degree and is picking up squishies left and right. So much damage coming through. That's the support and the ADC gone for Jolly Rogers, and they have to figure out how to solve this defense because it is going to be very dangerous.
Yeah, there should be 2 inhibitors going down here. Cake just reset while pushing the bottom lane out. I think they wanted to get the tier 2 to get more gold. They have finished the death cap a little bit ago, working towards what I assume is going to be the Shadow Flame next. But this game has gone from like I don't want to say bad, but it's gone from rough to brutal for Jolly Rogers. Like, there were obviously those highlight moments where there were some oversteps from Flake Hub. Flake Hub obviously getting a little too big for their britches and just kind of sending it when they honestly didn't need to, but they're just confident. That's how good they're playing. They're confident that they can make those types of plays. That gold leads be damned, we can still just send it your way. And even if we lose like 4,000 gold in the process while we fight you, we're still gonna just get it back the next fight anyways. But on the map, we have the Baron up and available. It is 1:40 until what will be Infernal Soul. I'm not entirely sure if we'll make it there, but it looks like we're trying to make some pings on to the Baron right now, as they would like to try to pick off someone, go for that Baron, open up this base even further, going for that top lane, or maybe even straight up ending the game, because we're 31 minutes in. Right about now, second Barons are good, so if they want to go for that, make it stronger, they will definitely go for it, as it looks like Maharaga is walking into the danger zone.
Ooh, a cheeky death bush, not for the first time this game here. Oh, there's the hook onto Chotiny, but that's a very tanky Ornn. He might be able to just walk this one out. He's gonna take a lot of damage. Cake there gets engaged on by Yetsu. The ignite is burned. Gonna dash. We're gonna be able to dodge out with the fancy footwork. Not dying to the spear. Is gonna survive. That is 2 summoners committed there from Yetsu. Cake's flash will be coming up in the next 30 or so seconds. So that is a slight advantage there for the Jolly Rogers there, as Yetsu tries to pick the solo kill but is unsuccessful. And Baron is going to be started up here.
Should go down a little faster now because they have more items. A lot of them have free items. We even have a Magi on the Savage Beast of War as well, so they should easily pick this up. This will be the second Baron of the game going over. They will have this in 29 seconds for Dragon Soul if they opt to go for it, or just push in these 2 lanes that they already have supers pushing down. But it looks like to me that looks like Pantheon's getting engaged on.
Oh, Yetsu's getting engaged on. Is going to get charmed and knocked up. There's the Q coming through. All 4 members are here, but the Arcane Barrage trying to pick something up. Not going to be enough. Yetsu is going to go down. And I do believe that's actually the right of the Arcane. My bad on the on the old names. But anyways,
Right of the Arcane? Oh, fair enough.
I think it's going to be the Dragon here. Soul getting denied.
They could just end the game.
Oh, they're just pushing forward, trying to end the game. I don't know. Ooh, this is a spicy call here from Flake as Z8 is getting caught out. So many members on him. He is going to fall here. Not before Depth Charge comes up, but it isn't really doing a whole lot. Oh my gosh, they're just trying to push straight up to end the game. 1 tower goes down, 1 Nexus tower goes down as Carr is trying to delay. Card goes down. Cue Ball here to support the play. Maharaga going very, very low here, but Beast is going to fall. That's most of the damage gone. Shockwave is going to pick up the edge on the Zinzao. Zinzao is going to fall as Cue Ball now, once again, the last man standing with the Q. But both Nexus towers have gone down, so that is an open Nexus now for Jolly Rogers. Very dangerous prospect, but I think they do get to at least deny Soul for another 5 minutes.
Oh, wow. Oh, no, this TP is something. Oh, it's Pantheon, so less egregious. But I think if Yetsu just kind of ignores them, he can just fly to the base and end. We have Xerath on the bot side of the map, so that poke is available.
He's looking for it.
He can do. Oh,
He's got to be looking for the grand entrance. Oh, there's the right of the Arcane. So much damage coming through. Cake going very, very low, but not enough blast to seal the deal. But Yetsu's here. Oh, there's the Zanyas. You're going to go golden for just a few seconds, but it's not going to be enough. 420 gold going over to Yetsu as the grand entrance is being channeled to cut off Ziggy. Ziggy is the next target. Running, but the ult is going to be popped. Just lots of move speed here on Ziggy. Where's the next stun? There it is. Boom! There's a spear to the face. Picking up Ziggy. 2 members down. That's a 5v4 if they deign to take it. Flake Hub looking towards the Nexus. Card gonna get stunned. Mid-dash. Yetsu so clutch with the point and click W's. And there's another one. Tiny now locked up out of position. Maharaga not gonna be able to get her Q off as the damage just comes through. Q ball is massive. There's no one left alive to defend the base. GA is not going to be enough. Maharaga is going to go down. A double kill. They're going to try to pick up the kill to pad the stats here on a Chotiny, and it is going to be a kill going over to Zinzao on the car. And game 1 going over to Flake Hub.
Wow! So that was pretty nuts. I have to say, Flake Hub just put the pedal to the metal that whole game. There were even a couple of moments where they just kind of sent it for the vibes. Like that, I thought that base call was like, it's fine, but it's like if they pivot off, then maybe we should like, you know, kind of run away. But nope, they're like, we can take the fight. They lost the fight, but it didn't matter because Pantheon still had TP. Xerath had TP as well. So they just had this gnarly little collapse that the 2 of them did because the health bars were so low. But that was a really crazy game there from Flake Hub. Jolly Rogers, they had good moments, but I just think that Flake Hub just had their number in that particular game because they accelerated themselves sooner.
Yeah, I think what's really like the tail of the tape there for me is just seeing how Flake Hub, they're not afraid to make the game disgusting. Just like a mire. You have to follow them into this deep dark forest, and there's really no way out once they've got you there. They just force the pacing to be so fast. And, you know, JR, they really wanted to take a slower paced team. They wanted to get to these mid to late game team fights, but Flake Hub just never gave them that opportunity. They put the pedal to the metal, like you said, the boot was on the throat, and even though they got some blood on their, you know, on their souls mixed in there as they were getting messed up as well, they just made it bloody, made it brutal, and ended up with the win. Good stuff from Flake Hub. We'll have to see how the adaptation turns in game 2. Anything else you want to add, DBZ, before we head to a break?
Game 2 is I hope drink water, Myyt. You're probably in for life for game 2. That's all I have to say. Let's just
All right, ladies and gents, don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back here with Game 2, Flake Hub versus Jolly Rogers, DMV Tour Week 2. You don't want to miss it. It's non-stop action on the Rift. Good evening and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to week 2 of the DMV2 Flake Cup, taking game 1 against Jolly Rogers here in this best of 3 series, vying for their first win, both of these teams, and Flake Cup off to a great start.
Oh yeah. That first game was fun. That's definitely enough to say that first game was a lot of fun. Both these teams just slugging it out. Flake Cup obviously coming out on top in that previous game. But my God, I mean, there were moments where Jolly Rogers could have brought it back, but the goal lead I think was just too much. Even when it was close, it was still like too much per se. The poke became overwhelming, and at the end of the day, they just end up falling. But game 2. Do everything. Reset.
Game 2.
Let's bring it back. Let's reset the mental a little bit. Let's figure out what we're going to do for game 2. Different draft because Fearless. So this is going to be interesting to see where they come up with this.
I think that if Jolly Rogers can find a way to slow down the pace of the game, not get dragged into the shenanigans, sometimes quite literally via the dredge line there from Nautilus, from Z8, who's definitely, I think, one of the players we need to watch in this next game. Z8 on that Nautilus was just brutal. Now, he's obviously very, very comfortable on the Nautilus. Can he make magic happen on other champions? Because this is Fearless. It's going to be a whole new draft. Who do you want to see? Do you think we need to watch here on the side of Jolly Rogers?
Cake. Before you even ask that question, Cake, 100%. If Cake can get something on like a control main, something like a Syndra, even Rise, I would argue as well. Then he's time to scale though, however. But something like that, I think, would be pretty nuts for them to be on, because we saw how well they played at Orion in the previous game, how hard they bullied Cue Ball in that previous game. So I'm in my head, I'm like, okay, Cake is the one who I think needs to be the X factor for this team, because obviously the rest of the players did as well as they could. Ziggy got bullied that whole game, so I think if Ziggy doesn't get bullied, they're able to do something as well, because even when they got their items, we saw the damage finally starting to come out. We're like, okay, Ziggy's online, Ziggy's able to do stuff. But it's going to be up to Jolly Rogers to control the pace of the game, I say, because Flake Hub controlled the entire pace of that previous game. They just have to be able to do it for themselves going into the second game. With a different draft, I don't know if they side-swapped, actually. Did they side-swap? I think we should probably see if we can get that confirmation real quick. But depending on what side they're on, I think they should... are we getting it? Hold on.
I think it was a no. I don't think they have side-swapped, actually, from what I can hear.
Okay.
So I think one thing to also keep in mind is I agree with you 100%. Cake was just a stellar player. Those shockwaves, oh my God, Chef's Kiss. A lot of them. Okay, so sides did swap. We're just hearing that now. But Cake on that Oriana was so clutch. It just a couple of those fights. I think if Ziggy wasn't as far behind from that really rough early game, I think those fights could have gone way different. And I think maybe the key there is in Maharaga. Maharaga had some great plays, but a lot of them were proactive plays. And usually, I think being proactive in League is really great. But sometimes you need to be reactive, especially if you see someone who's as aggressive as Z8. If you see he was taking tower shots, he was diving under towers, a lot of these risky plays around the jungle. I think if Maharaga was there for some of those to counter some of those plays, that bot lane could have gone completely different.
Definitely with you on that one. So, going into game 2, obviously, we're going to have a different draft. Since sides are swapped now, that makes me wonder if we're going to maybe bring a priority towards Ziggy in this instance. Because usually in a lot of the competitive games that I've been seeing as of recently, we usually first pick AD carry or jungle first. But with how weird AD carry is right now, we might not get that early pick for Ziggy. We might focus on Maharaga, I think, instead. Kind of get them onto something, because now you don't have Vi, you don't have Zenzao either. But like Wukong is still available. If Jarvan's still banned away, then maybe that's something they can have as well. Just things to think about, I think, going into the second game for Jolly Rogers, because they had their moments. But I do think we can go ahead and get a look at the draft, kind of start getting that going as we're kind of yapping away at what we think we might be able to see. I'm looking forward to seeing what they end up picking going into that.
Yeah, I think the adjustments here and like what we see from these drafts are going to kind of tell us what these teams are thinking. So I really want to see some cool adjustments here. Maybe even you just say, all right, bot's a lost cause. Let's shift our power up top. Maybe like put Chotiny on a bruiser, because Chotiny was brawling with a Pantheon and sometimes getting so close to getting some kills sometimes. So maybe if he gets a little bit more support, isn't weak sided as hard, he can they can get like a 1-4 type composition going, something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see any kinds of like interesting like composition adjustments that you might be looking for, or we should keep our eye out for.
Yeah, so it looks like we're on the same sides. So we did not side swap after all. So in that case, I think we're saving counterpick. That makes sense to me. Something really good for them to kind of hold on to and kind of figure out what Flake Hub are kind of going for in this game. I'm not even going to talk about the bans because they're pretty much the same as of right now. Maybe that misfortune will go off. Okay, so the bans stayed the exact same from the previous game.
Isn't this a fearless draft? I don't think Nautilus can be drafted in a fearless draft, right? That's got to be an error, I think.
Am I going insane?
Maybe I'm going. I think maybe holding on for confirmation to see what that Nautilus actually was, because like this is a fearless draft, so Nautilus should not be available. As much as we love the run back, is there like a rule in the rule book, like a hidden like
Oh, it's not the right
this
draft.
is the wrong draft. Okay, we're looking at the wrong draft. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Looks like we pulled up a replay from last one. I was going to say, is there like a hidden like paragraph, like subsection A of the rulebook that says if both teams invoke a salty run back, we can just like do that? Is that a hidden rule?
Imagine if we had that as an actual
that would be
rule
so
in like
cool.
Tier 1. That would be cool, actually.
That would be really cool. It's just like both teams have to opt in to a salty run back, and you just run the same exact game back.
I could ironically see the LPL doing that a lot, actually. I feel like they would do a lot of salty run backs.
I think it'd be hilarious. Riot, if you hear this and you do, just make it the Myyt clause. If you attribution, I'm just saying.
I agree. Make it the Myyt clause. I agree. I second this point.
But anyways, we're still just waiting for the draft to come up here in a second. But I wonder. So like Z8, obviously very proficient on the Nautilus, obviously knows what he's doing. Felt so comfortable hitting those dredge lines, just like super aggressive. Do you think he's gonna run it back on something that's as aggressive?
That would be something that's either Alistar, maybe Blitz if we're a Psycho. I could see Thresh maybe as well. Rel is another one I think that I could see ZA going pretty Psycho on. So there's options for them out there to kind of send it forward and do the same thing. Obviously, it's a little harder on things like Rel because you kind of have to be more in their face. Nautilus, you can just chuck it from halfway across the map away and land it, I guess, because thank you for that one, Riot Games. But kind of like thinking about that is if we're going to pair a Z8 on something like that, like let's say it's Rel for instance, or I guess Alistar, then the question is, what do we put as the AD carry to go with it? Or I guess the mage in this instance. Maybe we just pick Ziggs and kind of just enjoy ourselves. But just kind of wondering, like, okay, so we saw Beast on the way. Oh, okay, so game 2 draft might be broken. So thank you, Draft Law, for the Drafter Law. I think we're using Drafter Law. So thank you, Drafter Law, for that one. But we'll figure it out here with what's going on with the draft here. We'll get up in there in a little bit, kind of get back going as we'll kind of yap away is what we're expecting going into game 2. Oh, just kidding. Never mind. We troubleshooted it. Okay. Oh, we did side swap. Okay. So we did side swap. Okay.
This is the right draft. We are now.
Let's bring it back.
Nature has healed.
Yes.
Syndra's going to be the first ban here. Nobody wants to see that champion, apparently. Or Jolly Rogers at least doesn't. As we're moving here into game 2. Now, Grant, if Flake Hub take this game, that's their first win. They're now 3-2 is their total score, which great, awesome. JR needs to win this if they want to grab their first win. 3 wins to make it to playoffs is what I'm hearing. Tiebreakers are important, so you want to win as many games as you can. So already, Flake, that's good that you picked up that one single game, at least. But you're really trying to make it to those 3 wins, and 1 win just takes a lot of pressure off your back early in the tournament. Just you can breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief. Q-Ball is known to play a lot of Galio as one of his anchor picks.
I think I saw it in OP.GG.
Yeah, very comfortable in the Galio, so I'm not surprised to see that banned away. Also, Syndra is another champ that he really likes to play, so it's another unsurprising ban. It's safe. They're trying to I think they're trying to force him onto something that has to interact with Cake, because last game Cake was just objectively speaking having a much better lane than Cue Ball was. Oh, there it is. I hate that champion so much.
Okay.
I mean, I love her, but I hate her.
So
Ashe?
with Seraphine being open, I don't think I'm willing to bet Flake Hub is willing to play into Ashe Seraphine because they got something cooking up for themselves. I wonder if they'll kind of opt into another mage, obviously, but Ashe Seraphine being available, this does mean Flake Hub have to consider taking it, like you said. So if they opt into taking the Ashe away or leaving it open, they have something cooking in the back of their minds if they're willing to let it go. But they're taking their time with this final pick. As we know, Ashe Seraphine is one of the strongest duos in the game right now and has been for a while. Now, Braum,
that's a good answer.
Do they pick this? They also deny Misfortune if that's the case as well. So deny, but they like make it like you don't want to pick her because here's Braum. You banned it in game 1. This isn't also one of those like psychopath things for Z8, but you can be psychopath on Braum if you wish to. So
you've got to be really psychopath, but you can, you can flash forward and Q and things like that. But I love the Braum pick. It just makes the ADC pick so gummy. Senna. Whoa, this is a very different bot lane style than what we saw in game 1. Oh, so they are going to opt into the Ashe. So Braum is pretty good at stuffing the Seraphine, at least. It's also pretty decent into the Ashe as well. But if Flake opt to play another very chaotic game plan like they did last game, Ashe arrows get like so much more value when the enemy team is just like running around like psychopaths with their head cut off and not like fully grouped, right? Because then the picks become a lot easier. So
I'm really thinking about it.
And Seraphine Ashe is still like really, really strong.
Do they pick it? Is it really? No, they switched to Volibear at the last
minute switch.
I think that's
the
fine.
volleyball.
Okay, they're gonna pick it anyways. Okay. So, in my eyes, this is kind of crazy. I think we should just slap Silas right now. If I'm being honest, Silas would be really good with Volibear ultimate, with Seraphine,
with Volley,
ultimate,
with Seraphine, with Ashe. Well. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. No, I think that's a really good shout.
Hey, if Q-Ball can do it, I think they should just slap it. I mean,
it could also jungle it. Jungle Silas is really, really good right now. And I think that Carr could go crazy on a Silas. Just seeing his Xin Zhao gameplay, I think he could go nuts on a Silas.
I lost to a Silas jungle yesterday, so I know how painful it is. But it's going to be a Graves instead. Okay.
That's a spicy pick. How do you feel about it? Let me hear your thoughts on it first.
Well, Graves is one of those weird champions. I think he's fine, but I think he's also mildly situational because when there's a lot of CC on the other side, like I'm currently looking at over there, he's not fun to play. Like it's really miserable to play into. Now the caveat to that is if Jolly Rogers keep picking, like squishy quote-unquote champions, then he could have a field day. You're going to be mainly relying on him to do the thing, because Senna's not doing anything for the first 15 minutes of the game, let's be real. She doesn't really do anything until she gets 40 stacks. I mean, 20 stacks is good. Once she gets 40 and an item and a half, that's when she can really kind of start doing her thing, which is why I also like the Twisted Fate Denial as well, because you can pair that with the Ashe arrow coming from wherever on the map, and then he just kind of shows up. Volibear's there. You kind of collapse and make a really gnarly pick play there. But these bans are starting to get spicy now.
Oh, the mid lane is getting pinched so hard. Q-Ball's not going to have anything to play. Neither is Cake. This is brutal. Look at these mid lane bans. Gwen. Okay, gonna get swapped over to Gwen here. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna get a little bit of more breathing room. But Ahri, Syndra, Galio, those are all champions that I know Q-Ball really likes to play. So he's gonna have to dig pretty deep into the pool for his pick here, and they could get pinched even more with this B5 ban. So
if we are
looking pretty dangerous.
Are we aiming for Volibear top, I wonder?
Or clearing the way for just a generic tank? And Ryze is another champ that Q-Ball plays. What is Q-Ball going to play?
I'm thinking of what other control mages exist right now. Because you still have Aurora open. You still have... I'm trying to mentally go through all the mid lane champions in my head. There's so many.
Azir.
Yeah,
if
Azir is
plays
still
Azir.
an option. I don't know if I think Azir would be fine. It would be a lot of AP though. That's the thing. There's the Silas
Okay,
band
there's the
that I was
Silas
talking
band,
about. So
Cassiopeia
rip
is still
that
available
dream.
as well.
You say Cassidon? Is that what you said? Or Cassiopeia?
Cassiopeia. I mean,
Oh, gotcha,
Cassidon would be. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to see some Cassidon gameplay, but Cassiopeia I think is the more reasonable Cass to expect.
I think so. I think so too. The only problem I'm already seeing right now on Flake Hub in particular is they're pretty squishy Graves. I'm gonna say with an asterisk because the grit passive as we're already in game.
But we're in game. What was the draft? It was Talia and a Malphite and a Rumble and a Victor. Okay. Oh my gosh, and already some poking here in the side brush. But we are here in game 2. This is the one potentially for all the biscuits if Flake Cup are able to take it. And we're just straight up here. So let's see if we can do some quick team analysis here, DBZ. Can you tell us, based on their picks, what do you like? What do you like from these last two picks that we didn't get to see in the draft? Now that we're in
so
game.
Cue Ball is on Victor, which I think is fine. Really heavy scaling. Their entire comp really relies on scaling because of Senna and Victor. The two of them need time to get into the game. Wow, we're already dishing out a lot of damage here, but they're going to need time to scale, and that's kind of where I'm wondering if they can kind of dictate the pace of this game, at least for Flake Hub in particular, as one thing that we saw in the previous game was Flake Hub was all over the map. They were everywhere. I told you Car was bot lane pretty much for the first 10 minutes of the game, and then you had Maharaga kind of doing what they could topside when they were able. But overall, it's like Flake Hub were just all over. They were dictating the pace of the game. They were controlling objectives as roots are landing. Hold on.
Oh, Z8 taking so much damage here. There's a root. There's an auto. Keel is going to get forced out here from Z8 to keep himself alive a little bit too far forward. Gets punished.
Okay, well, not entirely surprising there. That's kind of what you expect in going into this matchup. It's a double range matchup. It's Senna Seraphine. You're just gonna have a really bad time playing this game, and that's not to the fault. Okay, that was close. I was like, wait, are we going for it now? But okay, just a wee bit of damage. One thing that I never really got to talk about in some of the other leagues that I've done was the introduction back of Deathfire Touch. For those of you old heads who played League since like season 4 are aware of Deathfire Touch. It's been around, it was around forever up until the rune changes that happened in season 8 or 9, I believe it was. Might have been season 7 actually. But either way, with this the introduction of this rune being back in the game, you have champions like Victor. Hold on.
There's the Q landing on to Ziggy. Oh, well, Ion D, they had a substitution, so Ion D is actually taking the ADC position. Ziggy has been subbed out, it looks like. But the root is going to land, and a heal is going to get forced out from Card, so now it's heal for heal at the end of the day.
Okay. Yeah, a little bit of heavy trading there, not surprised. But to go back into that point about Deathfire, oh god, there's a Graves here. Oh wait,
but Maharaga here to answer the call. So okay, here's stuff to play. It does not go forward. Yeah, this is great heads up stuff from Maharaga. And a good attempt here from Car to like make something happen here in the bot lane. Yeah, the bot lane is going to be the center of attention this game.
We have a lot of pings coming out here. The TP from the Victor as well. There might be a little bit of a bot lane scuffle.
Oh, Car and Z8 and a little bit of a yikes spot here in the river fighting over the scuttle, but it isn't going to be much of a fight as Car flashes to safety. Oh, Cake is now pushing the advantage. Blastcone's himself a little bit back to danger, but it isn't going to be too bad. Card looking for the root, does not land it. Slows are going to come through. Savage Beast before taking so much damage. The Ash Flow is so deadly. That's going to be first blood for Ion D. Z8 trying to push forward. Flash to safety is Ion D going up 1-0 in the bot lane.
Oh man, really good play there from the bot lane of Jolly Rogers. Ion D utilizing, again, that annoyance that is the Senna Seraphine. And I do think Savage Beast, a little punished there for not flashing sooner, as a matter of fact, is we're seeing it to do Rumble things, I guess. So this is pretty much what we expect on the top side. But really good there from Jolly Rogers. They got the first blood. That's gold into Ion D's pocket, which is much needed, I would definitely say. You want to get this Ash accelerated. You want her to be able to start shredding some of these members later into the game. And like I was saying, that CC is going to be absolutely nuts. But Myyt, as we're going into this first dragon coming up in 30 seconds, this bot lane prio was going towards Jolly Rogers. Would you expect to see Maharaga be down here for this first dragon at 5 minutes?
Oh, yes. I think both of these teams have want and reason to like push the 3v3. I think like the 3v3 is pretty evenly matched. I maybe a slight edge to Flake. But I think positioning can even that edge very, very quickly. So I think both of these teams have a reason to want to contest this first dragon. I wouldn't be surprised to see both the junglers make their way down here. Although it does look like Carr is going to opt to instead maybe dive top lane.
What?
Can they dive this?
It's level 6. Oh, now they can because
level
that's
60 going straight in, but Yetsu's so low already, gonna go down. There's the punch. Carr was just there to play cleanup duty. Chotiny says, I'm not even going to give you the option to dive me. I'm going to bring the fight to you, buddy. And goes 1 for 1 in the 2v1, which is honestly great for Jolly Rogers. But
yeah, really great
with
for
the jungler showing top, that's the dragon
So-
going over it. It's going to be the answer.
Absolutely. Yeah, the dragon ends up going over there, the 1-for-1 trade. In my mind, once I saw the unstoppable force, I'm immediately like, all right, well, now they can dive him. But really good call there. I do think that I told you Carr was spotted on a ward that I'm seeing there in the tri-bush there by the tower. So immediately just full sent it, getting the good play there. And I just remembered we get to play our favorite little mini game this game. We're not going to check yet, but we got about 4 minutes. But we'll be checking in on Senna Sacks, as a matter of fact, as we go on. Yeah, fun little mini game. But that kill, I have to say, from Yetsu going over, I think is fine. It ends up being an even trade at the end of the day. A little bit of extra gold there for the Graves as well. But you see the CS top gap is pretty nutso. Volibear is here, so they could maybe try to save it a little bit if they wanted to. I do see ping, so I think there's about to be a Volibear up here.
Oh, Chotiny's already taking so much damage ahead of the gank, though. The Unstoppable Force isn't quite ready yet. Carr is putting a lot of damage down onto Cake. Cake forced to flash away as the ult comes through. Maharaga ulting forward. Yetsu going very, very low. There's the slow. The Seismic Shard. Punch, and bite. Maharaga chomps his head off. Bear versus Yordle. Bear wins every time.
All right, good. I like this proactiveness that I'm seeing from Jolly Rogers in this game. I said in game 1 that they were not able to dictate the pace of the game, but right now they're looking pretty good about what they're doing. They're finding those angles. They're starting fights on their terms, which is something we didn't see them do.
Maharaga doesn't see Carr. Carr pushing forward. There's a little bit of a slow, a little bit of a scuffle here in the jungle, and Chotiny is going to follow up on this, but the dash out to safety. Whoa, Weaver's well committed to try and make that play as safe as possible as Carr slinks back to his own jungle. Interesting.
Guess? I mean, okay. I think it's just like, hey, let's defend our jungler. And it's like, hey, you know, just kind of call people over. The Weaver's wall isn't really needed right now. We do have Grubs coming up in about 10 seconds time. So I am, in fact, wondering who is going to try to go for the priority in that particular. I'm seeing the Victor here, Q-Ball rather, getting a little bit of a push going. I do think Yetsu should be able to get a push in themselves as well. They've kind of pushed in the Malphite like the entirety of the game. Just Chotiny's been having kind of a rough time up there, but obviously they got that from earlier. They got that nice little gank there in that moment earlier as well. So all in all, Chotiny's gonna be playing weak side anyways, so you're okay to give him a couple of deaths. Like even right now, as we have the Spectros cow just kind of chilling in the pit, in the not the pit, the inventory. I knew what I wanted to say. Inventory. But overall, I think this is a good start from Jolly Rogers.
Yeah. And, you know, this is to be expected, at least in the top lane here for Jolly Rogers. It's Malphite and into a rumble. You're going to get pushed. You're going to have a bad time. Spectre's Call is going to make things a lot easier, like you said. Make that matchup just a little bit more tolerable. Grubs are up. Neither jungle deigning to go there. Both of them setting their eyes towards the spot lane. Cake going very, very low. Wow, Q-Ball having a much better time in this lane than in game 1. Flash is available with the Arcane Storm. I think that's going to be enough to pick up the kill. He doesn't even need the Arcane Storm as the fight breaks on the bot lane. There's
What's
the
happening down here?
From the Bard. 2 flashes come out. IND going very, very low. Z8 is going to pick up card as IND is now going to fall. Maharaga left alone in the 1v2. Just get the kill into Z8. I told you I'm Carr getting fought in the 1v1 brawl, punch, shoot, pop. It's bear hunting season as Maharaga goes down. 4 members going down here for Flake Hub across the map.
And just like that, the gold lead has ballooned for Flake. Just so we're clear, the icons are on the wrong side for everyone playing at home, so just flip them in your mind. Anyways, wow, just immediately flipping the ball. Cue ball, knowing Cake has no flash, gets the advantage there. Boom, instant solo kill. Then we have a play on the bot side of the map there. Just I think it was just jungle timings. They just happened to be there at the same time because we got kind of the not the initial start, but we kind of go like 5 seconds into that fight. But just overall, just well done from Flake Hub. They get the kills necessary. They only lose the Braum at the end of that whole thing, so they come out on top with 1,000 gold lead. That leads them an avenue for the grubs, actually, as I'm seeing some movement up here topside, as a matter of fact. So maybe not going for the grubs yet, but this is going to be a spicy fight here in the next few seconds. Lots of peace on the top side fight.
Oh yeah, it looks like they're weak-siding Savage Beast to make a play for these grubs. Cake gonna get forced out here by Car and Cue Ball together as they do start these grubs. It looks like 3 members here for Flake Hub on the grubs, and I think it is just going to go over safe and sound. Yeah, as Maharaga walks away from this one. But now, all attention, all eyes are on Beast as Beast goes very, very low here. A dive is imminent. The root does not find purchase. There's the crystal arrow. And he takes 2 tower shots. It does fall. A botched dive. Oh, Car just a little bit too late starting that up. And I think Beast of War is going to get away scot-free, picking up a kill for himself in a 2v1. That's devastating for Rogers. Chotiny catching the equalizer.
Oh
There's the flash roar with the burn, but there's a flash down. Oh my god, what is happening? Chotiny punishes his own botch dive in the top lane as we just... Oh, DBZ save me. What's happening? My brain.
Rest in peace. Yes, you there. I saw the vision, but that bot lane play was also a tragedy. I saw the vision. You're like, okay, Braum's not here. Let's dive her right now. But the barrier, the tower also ramped up real quick onto that Ashe. She was also like a 3rd HP, but oh my god, that's unlucky. Oh, hold on.
There's the play getting supported here by the jungle. Maharaga picking up some flak in this tri-brush. Oh, it's so deep here from Ion D. Now gonna get punished. Oh, there's the captive audience, but it is not going to be enough. I don't think it's actually captive audience. I think that's the Jin thing. Encore, thank you very much. But, oh, that's going to be 1 kill going over. IND is going to fall, but ZA a little bit forward position. Car going to get the stun. ZA going very, very low. Dashes out to safety. So much damage coming through. Is the Weaver's Wall going to get committed? Absolutely not. Says, I do not want to go into the Fog of War and potentially die. Dragon going to get started for Flake Hub.
So real quick, before they decide to start scuffling once again, let's talk about items real quick, because that is Yomu's done on the grave, which is why Volibear's health bar got pretty much deleted. He has the Dusk and Dawn, which is pretty popular on him. You see Dusk and Dawn and then the pretty much, I think, full tank onto Volibear, so he has a little bit of extra damage. So now we're once again back where we were. I thought that was the Unstoppable Force I just saw, but that was his E. Either way, so we are looking at 1 item pretty much across the board for everybody except the Rumble. Just kind of a hilarious tragedy what's happened to Yetsu this whole game. Getting ganked, unfortunate dying under tower as well. But has just been kind of balancing their own way, just still kind of providing that pressure onto the Malphite, who's down over 20 CS as of there. We're going on our second item, which will probably be the Edge of, not the Edge of Night, probably the Edge of Night, actually. No, Edge of Night doesn't build out of Serrated Dirk. We'll get there. There's so many lethality items I forget off the top of my head.
Collector, maybe? That'd be spicy.
I don't know if I'd like Collector. They're all squishy.
So many choices.
I think Cyclosword's also Brutalizer. Oh,
is it really? Oh. I don't know myself. I have a support player, okay? I just know I die to these items. I don't know how to play.
I don't even build very much lethality on the champions I play. Like, even on Jhin, the only thing I'm building is Collector.
Oh, and Enchanted Crystal Arrow going over to Savage, but it is going to get dodged out there. I don't think we saw it directly, but down the menu, we did see a dodge out there. So Yetsu going to get slowed up a little here in the top lane. But please, continue.
Yes.
Oh, wait. No, please don't continue. As Card's looking for the deep gate from the tri-brush. Oh, no. Card gets the encore off to get himself to safety, but Ion D a little bit far forward. There's the root. Maharaga here to try and turn this play around. ZA getting stunned. Card doing so much damage. Dashes away. There's the Dawning Shadow. Card survives it. Flash from Ion D to get to safety. Now Card's in trouble. Under tower, forced to flash away. So low. Card is here. Cue Ball is here. Everybody is here in the bot lane. It's a mosh pit, but I think the play is going to end as suddenly as it came.
So right as we're talking about items, they decide, hey, 4-man play bot lane because everyone is down here. Fortunately for both sides, no.
Oh,
my lord!
Force down to Yetsu in a tower. He just does it to clear the wave and also put some damage out. But Carr a little too far forward. Cake looking for the solo kill.
Oh my god!
Is he able to find it? So much damage, missing so many kills. Oh, he just barely gets it, but almost punished so hard. The Q misses from Z8. But Wolves, are they paid? They are not paid quite enough. I think that's a 1 HP escape from Cake. It must be something extremely low. Z8's in a lot of trouble now. Gonna get cut into infinity and beyond. Q Ball says enough of that. Flashes forward and picks up the kill with the Q.
And on the side, Seraphine died as well. I believe the Savage B is just... Oh, wait, it looks like Ion D died as well. So there was just everything happening at once there. But once again, just like in the previous game, it looks like Flake Hub are putting that pedal to the metal because there was a moment there where Jolly Rogers, they were off to a really good start. They got a couple of kills. They were starting to dictate the pace. But the moment Flake Hub kind of just saw that happening, they were like, I'm going to take that personally. And they immediately started flipping it on its head. That 3-man play bot lane where it was a 3 for, I think it was a 3 for 1 at the end of that whole thing. Then you have a couple of kills mid lane that happened as well. First tower.
Oh, the Encore's getting committed very early. Card getting in a lot of trouble here. There's one more auto will be the stun. There's the stun. Oh, the Q is more than enough damage to pick up the kill. And Ion D also getting sent to half HP by the collateral damage. Oh, Car and Q Ball and ZA all looking for trouble by the Krugs. And are they going to be able to find it? Looks like Maharaga is electing just to take the Krugs. Cake is now here to support the play, make sure nothing funny happens. I think the tower might just go over to Flake Hub. They are just going to pick up this outer tier 1. ZA with the Hex Flash over the wall. There's the ultimate. It lands. Ion's in so much trouble. There's the passive. Dawning Shadow not required. Carr has just too much damage. The man is 4-1 now. Very deadly on the Rift.
Very deadly on the Rift indeed, and you're right. That is going to be Collector coming out for I Told You I'm Carr. That dude is pumping out the deeps on this grave. But overall,
there's the Arcane Storm committed. Cake! Wow, Q-Ball having a much better game this round than in game 1, picking up solo kill after solo kill for himself in this mid lane. As Carr and here are here to make sure that Q-Ball gets to rest on his laurels and not have to worry about some nasty shenanigans from the Jolly Rogers support and jungle duo. Whoa.
It's 5,000 gold in 17 minutes. We're getting objective bounties active. We did not get that in the previous game because the game was pretty much close thanks to Cake being 2,000 gold up in the mid lane. But my goodness, this is unrelenting from Flake Hub. We have a lot of second items coming online. I guess just one, but that is Maharaga being in the wrong place at the wrong
Ignite
time.
is committed. Equalizer goes down. There's the shield. It's autoing onto Yetsu. There's the heal. Yetsu goes very, very low, but does have to flash away to safety. Oh, very unfortunate there. Wow, Maharaga just gets to have his run of the show. Ion D. Oh no, they were so far deep, and Ion, you're in the wrong spot at the wrong time, buddy. This is not your jungle anymore. Oh no, Carr, you just saw them.
Oh my god.
Collateral damage is committed, but Carr does survive. Cake here trying to mount a defense of this tier 2, mid tier 2, as the siege does begin to come through. But it looks like eyes are going to get focused towards the dragon here.
Yeah, to make this game even harder for Jolly Rogers, that is a Mountain Soul that is currently on the map as we see I Am Carr going over to it. I Am Carr. Carr going over to it. I Am Legend just went in my head as I was saying it. But anyways, they're getting this second dragon of the game for themselves. This third dragon, but second for them across the board. But wow, they're just everywhere. Once again, it's just they're all over the map, just like they were in game 1. Just no matter where you look, the jungle's not safe. I Told You I'm Carr and Z8 just playing together, bullying out Ion D and Carr. Just look at those. 1 in 6 on the Ashe. She does have the Hex Optics done. You have a 0-3 Seraphine who's getting bullied as well. Just the bot lane has been the focus. I did say that Savage Beast usually does, I think it was you that said it. The Savage Beast usually is one of the focal points, so if they can get them ahead, then they're feeling pretty good about where they are. And clearly, you can see that. Actually, Senna stacks. Let's check Senna stacks real quick if we can, Prod.
Oh yes, please, Prod, if we can check Senna stacks. And also Victor stacks, because I think Victor's probably getting very close to that last evolution here.
Oh,
he doesn't have it already. Wow, committed, but just a little bit shy on the Arcane Storm. I think that would have just picked up the kill. But Maharaga here trying to turn things around onto Q-Ball. Q-Ball getting stunned up, no mana, no escape. I think he is just going to go down eventually here. Yes, that is the shutdown going over.
Okay.
60
Yep,
stacks
okay.
on the Senna. Oh,
We knew it was
Tiny getting
happening.
dove in the top lane. Oh, so scary, but he's going to flash away, get himself to safety. But there's 3 members here vying for his tier 1 turret.
Now I know we missed the kill bot side. We kind of figured it was coming home. He had no flash and no mana, so like, what do you expect?
So rough. That's a shutdown going over though.
Yes, it was a shutdown that went over to the Volibear, which I think that's fine. We need to start spreading the gold around a little as well. But the objective bounties are going to fall off with the to get up that shutdown and that tower falling in the bottom. Unfortunately, there was a trade on the top side of that tower as well. So Maharaga, I think they can start doing something. My only thing is with this Volibear build, at least from what I've seen in solo queue, most Volibears will build Dusk and Dawn and then immediately pivot to like Cosmic Drive or something like that. But I'm not anticipating that happening. So we're gonna get that more tanky build there, and we're gonna get a Terra whatever that's here too. But I think this is good, getting some gold back. Mate, I have a question for you. Oh, we're fighting. Never mind.
Oh,
no
flash
question.
forward, flash away. Car is here on the chase, but I don't think they have any more gas in the tank. Z8's still looking for another Q, but please continue Z8, DBZ. Just a couple flashes straight here in the mid lane.
Yeah, just a little bit of nonsense going on. But are they going to go for Baron? No, they're going for top lane. Okay.
Oh, Cake, you're in trouble. Weaver's wall, but I think, it doesn't
He's
get
out.
knocked off. Wow, well done. But Baron is going to be the immediate turn, and I don't think a defense is being considered here for Jolly Rogers, so it is going to be Baron. So while they take Baron, please, before we're getting so really interrupted, if you still got your train of thought, let us know. Do you think it's going to be intense? I don't think so.
I was going to ask a question of like, do you think we might be trying to go for a really cheeky Baron or start it in turn? I think my question is answered, to be completely honest with you.
We're getting a contest there. He steals the Baron! Joe Tiny with the seismic slam against the Baron! And now it's all up to Flake to try and turn this around. I think they have the damage to make it happen, but Yetsu picks up a kill. Q-Ball gets the kill on the card, and now Maharaga is the last one standing, but no Baron for Flake. So a valiant steal there from Chotiny. No Baron going over to Flake, but they still lose the fight 4-1. Wow, that was a crazy steal. It's too bad it doesn't really mean too much.
I honestly, I disagree. I think that stops the tempo that Flake, I almost called them Ice Flake for some reason. That stops the tempo that they were starting to garner, as a matter of fact. So I think that is good for Jolly Rogers. It stops the tempo. It also gives them a massive injection of gold as well. Yes, it was, I think, a 5-for-1, I think, at the end of that whole thing. But you stop the Baron. No Baron push now comes out of that, so you don't lose any other structures alongside that as well, and it kind of stalls the game out for a little bit, which I think is what you need to do if you are Jolly Rogers right now. Now I'm going to pivot to a different question for you. How long do you think Jolly Rogers needs to stall this game out, and do they need to look for picks, I think, as well, with the Ash Arrow in some of these mid-game fights?
So here's my hot take. I don't think stalling actually favors Jolly Rogers. Like, normally when you're behind, you want to stall, right? But you've got a Victor and you've got a Senna. That Senna is only getting more and more scary. Now, something can be said to, like, when full builds come on board, gold doesn't really matter anymore for the winning team, like when they have full builds and then the other team is catching up slowly by finishing their builds. But the scaling, I think just like the natural infinite scaling of the Senna is automatically just leading me towards the longer this game goes, the worse it gets for Flake. So they need to flip it quick with the Encore landing onto Q-Ball. That's a start. Q-Ball going very low.
My God.
Whoa! Flips it really quick. The Arcane Sword so much damage. Cake is in trouble now here. There's the zap. But it's not enough. The Death Laser isn't going to be enough to pick up the kill. The flash away to safety. Yetsu and Chotiny brawling here in the top lane as the fight continues. There's the root, and that's going to be a dead Seraphine. Beast of War goes godlike as Chotiny running for his life. There's the burn. I think it's going to be enough. Yetsu picks up a solo kill in the side lane while all of that is going down. Baron is going to now be the call, going over to Flake.
Okay,
Beast fighting with Maharaga. I don't think there's much is going to come of this, though.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, that is Mountain Soul Point that goes over. So we saw earlier that Savage Beast of War. Oh, hold on. There is a flash here.
Getting committed to the top side. Maharaga forces the flash away from Yetsu, but does ult after it. Gets the stun. There's the the snapback is not going to be enough, and the seismic, the tossed earth isn't going to be enough either. Maharaga picking up the kill there onto Yetsu, overstaying just a little bit too long in a game with a Talia.
Yeah, and I think like I was saying, I'm fine with Maharaga like getting these picks, but I do think like they need to start spreading the wealth just a little bit. Your carries 1 and 4, 1 and 8. We need to start getting a little more gold onto them, because while like that other fight could have been good, but the problem is this Ash is so far behind compared to the Senna, who has 3 items right now. We're not done with that. Oh lord, that was a cheeky recall. Okay, you're not done with that mortal reminder as of yet. You want to try to get that little bit of armor pen, because you're kind of gonna need it really for this Braum, and you're gonna need it to shred through these health bars a little quicker. So I like what Jolly Rogers is doing. I like the picks that they're getting. I just think that they need to start spreading some of this wealth around. No way he spites this. Okay.
Maharaga's here, but he's in a little bit of trouble. Encore is going to land now. Oh, Car's going to go down, but he's going to trade for Maharaga. There's the ulti going through, but it whiffs completely. Yetsu looking for Card. If Card's forced to flash away, Ion D now in a lot of trouble. Savage has so many more items. Gonna die very, very quickly. Your Card on the run. Chotiny trying to dissuade Yetsu from finishing his support.
Okay.
Yetsu is going a little bit too far, is getting chunked down by Cake, is going to fall to Chotiny. Now Z8 in a bad position. Supports, getting themselves into nasty, nasty situations. But now, Savage Beast is here to pick up the kill onto Cake, who goes a little bit too far and gets himself legendary.
Woo! All right.
But yeah.
So we're doing that thing again on Flake Hub where we're kind of sending it. I respect it. We're sending it. We're 6,000 gold ahead. We're very, very strong. My Senna has a 700 gold bounty right now, sitting at 3 items, going towards what I'm assuming.
Oh, Maharaga Savage Beast trying to shut down the legendary AD carry for Flake. Punch, punch, punch. There's the lightning. There's the flash. The bear is chasing Savage Beast. How do you escape? I don't think there is. Where's your bear spray? There's the root. Oh, I don't know if there's enough mana for Shadow Form. Shadow Form would maybe be enough. Z8's coming here to try and help. There's the slow. Oh my god, he actually gets away. That is crazy. Hangs on to the legendary. Well played from Savage Beast.
Wow, okay. The second I see Volibear in the face of my AD carry, I'm already assuming they're dead, but nope. Savage Beast of War survives that whole situation. They're also a higher level than the jump. Oh my god.
Cake! Goodbye. What? Evaporated. Okay. Eviscerated.
That is a 3-item Graves, in case anyone is wondering. That dude is very, very strong. It's not fun to play against this, and yeah.
Oh, there's the Encore coming through. Yetsu in the back line, getting engaged on by Maharaga, but the ult comes through. There's the Equalizer cutting off the escape route. Guard in a terrible precarious position, but Chotiny here gets the unstoppable force. Ion D is now here to try and also flip this. Oh, and the play goes super south for Flake, biting off more than they can chew. Chotiny with the unstoppable force flips the play on its head, but it still is a 2v2 at the end of the day, as Baron becomes the target here for Flake.
This makes a lot of sense. I mean, 280 carries plus a Victor, they can kind of shred through this. They had to reset on the other side of the map as well. They were down. They're going to be down members for the next, like, 18 seconds. So I don't know if they're going to be able to stop this. They should just go over. Boom, that is the Baron down. And now, with that, I do believe Flake Hub are going to brute force this base open. They have the avenues too. The next dragon should be coming up in 54 seconds. This would be Mountain Soul if they get this. It'll make them harder to kill as well. And once again, we have fallen victim to We Are Going to Send It. I see. The Dawning Shadow over the top was just the cherry on top for me. It's just like, okay, we're doing it for that and to get the kill. And it's like, okay, go to Baron, in which they do so. Now, it's up to them to not lose these Barons.
Maharaga's in the bush. Whoa, that's a cheeky little play going Splinter Cell on the back line. Oh, Cake gets a good ulti in, but doesn't really have the damage to really make anything of this as Card falls. The first to fall. Ion D now forced to flash away. Cake also flashing away, but Beast of War getting knocked back. Cue Ball looking for it, get to the kill. The Death Laser is going to be enough. Ion D running for the hills now with the rest of the Jolly Roger squadron. Yetsu trying to look for something. Ion D is slowed, but it's not going to be enough to get them to push in. Here we go. Card looking for it. Tiny stepping forward. I think this might be the end of the game. Oh, Unstoppable Force away to get to safety. They are going to take this inhibitor down. Eyeing the Nexus Towers, now is Flake Hub. Whoa! Where did he go? Nobody knows. What a magic trick there from Carr, making the ADC disappear. Oh, and Maharaga now is the target gonna burn down so fast. Just so much damage here. When you have a 10k gold lead, it really doesn't matter if you're under Nexus Towers. You have the gold, you have the numbers, you have the style, and you have the win going up 2-0 in the series. Flake Hub take it, getting their first win, going up 1-0 for the tournament. Good, or 1-1 for the tournament, I would say.
1-1, yeah. 1-1,
yeah. But they're on the board, yeah! Gotta be happy about that if you are a Flake Hub fan.
Wow, that second game was, I think, more brutal than the first one, because in my eyes, the way I was seeing it is like Jolly Rogers got a little bit of hope in that game. They started out really good for the first 8 minutes of that game, and then things went unfortunately south in that 3v3 that happened to the bot side, where it was a 3-for-1 in favor of Flake Hub. I think one kill went to everybody actually, and just gold got spread around members that needed it for sure. And then once Victor started getting solo kills, and it was just kind of wraps from there. It's just they pressed onto the tempo. They pressed down. They're like, nope, we're gonna start sending it again. They did definitely send it on a couple of fights, which is really funny. But at the end of the day, Flake Hub just showed that like they wanted it more. They fought harder for it. They just ended up with the win 2-0 on the day. They came out swinging, and they definitely we're talking like full on swinging in this series.
Oh yeah. I think a big point of power there for Flake Hub in that last game, Cue Ball's performance mid lane was so much stronger than in game one. I think Cake was really the player that was kind of like holding back the tide a bit of Flake in game one, and then game two, Cue Ball just busts those floodgates open, and the storm of Flake just rained down upon the Jolly Rogers team and lineup. They just could not handle the pressure. I think. Yeah. But that's not to say I don't think that we should really be counting Jolly Rogers out, okay? They may be 0-2 in matches right now, but we saw signs of life. Maharaga is a crazy player. That guy, you need to watch him and watch out for him. Chotiny had some great plays. What an amazing steal and almost some solo kills as a tank in the top lane. Like, you can't sleep on that guy either. I think, now, maybe this is too early in the tournament, and maybe I'm caster cursing, but if I call it a curse, it's not really a curse, right? But is there a Jolly Rogers ADC curse? Because both of these games that we've seen, two different ADCs had very, very rough games. Or is the bot lane from Flake just that good? What do you think, DBZ?
I honestly, I mean, just from what I was seeing, is just the bot lane of Flake was just really good at exerting their pressure. They were dominant both games, as a matter of fact. Z8 on the Nautilus, disgusting. Landing every single hook, basically. On the Braum in that game, being there when they needed to, landing those Qs, landing, applying the stuns as well, and just, it was just incredible. But wow, I just have to say, Flake Hub, they definitely have a bright future ahead of them going into this tournament. Jolly Rogers has a little bit of work to do, but I think they can come back, maybe scrounge out those couple of wins, even play spoiler if they wanted to as well. They have some growing to do, but we saw some really good moments. They just have to be more cohesive, and then they could be a really disgusting team. Yeah,
they can just lock in the game plan and execute. I think they've got the chops to be able to do it. It's just got to clean up those edges a little bit. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this has been week 2 of the DMV Tour. I was your host, Mike. Joined with me was DBZFreak in the desk. Guys, what an amazing set of games. You don't want to miss week 3 because it has been banger after banger after banger this tournament. These guys are out to play. These games are hot, hot, hot. You don't want to miss a single second. So join us next week, same time, same place. Be here, or
MSI's in 40
have
minutes.
Stern words with you. What's that?
MSI's in 40 minutes, so you can go watch that after this.
I'll probably go watch that. The MSI games have been really cool this game as well. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, be back here next week. We'll see you next time. I was your host, Mike. Joined with me by DBZ. Shout out to our production. Thank you to Hawk. Thank you to Kyle. Behind the scenes, these guys are awesome, amazing. Made a super clean show. Having a great time. All right, we'll see you next week, guys. Don't go anywhere. Bye-bye.